The World Cup. The World Cup. And I bet you didn't expect me to talk about something like this with regards to what I usually talk about on my YouTube channel. But here we go. And the reason I bring up this subject, because I believe that this is quite an important video for me to make, actually. Now, you've probably seen it on Instagram and TikTok and so forth, the numerous controversies surrounding the World Cup in the first place. I mean, where do I start? You know? And there is a lot of controversy, and 99% of it is more than valid. Like, I agree with the majority of it myself. But there's one fundamental key thing which I think we forget every time that these tournaments roll around. And not just the World Cup. You've got the Euros, you've got the Ryder Cup, you've got the Ashes, so forth, all of these different prestigious tournaments. And it's the fact that these tournaments, these competitions bring people together, different cultures, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different clubs which you may support and stuff, right? It brings everyone together. And I've always felt like this for quite a long time. Now I have my own team I support, West Ham United. I'm not an avid supporter as such. I've been to a few of their games when they're at Upton Park and the Olympic Stadium and so forth. But when it comes to tournaments like this, I mean, the excitement of it all and, you know, the highs and the lows, I mean, that's awesome in itself. But the sense of community that you get just people from all different cultures and backgrounds, like I said, coming into one pub, one bar, one venue where we all watch the game together and we all meet each other, new people meeting each other for the first time. And the thrill of one of your players scoring for your country and everyone up in arms together, hugging each other, high fives all around, fist bumps, all of that jazz. I just think it's such a great aspect of community that these tournaments and competitions create. Now, the downside to these competitions is that where there's always so much controversy, and be it on the pitch or off the pitch, it can create a grand collective feeling of anger, frustration, and despair in times like this, whenever there is a sense of injustice or something controversial has happened in the game which people do not agree with. And especially for a country like England, it's been 60 years since we won it last, and we're on the cusp of potentially rewriting history. It can, I guess, it can be quite easy for people to fall into that collective sense of negativity again, depending on what happens. But regardless of what happens this Wednesday coming, regardless of what happens the following weekend if we get through the semi-finals, I think, and we've seen it after the matches, everyone coming together to sing Wonderwall and the players in unison and Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane leading the way and just being just great examples of inspiration and motivation for all those youngsters growing up wishing and wanting to be footballers themselves and so forth, and just be great examples of human beings. We just have to try and remember the unity that we feel. We're in the same space together, regardless of where we're from and who we support and so forth. Just remember the sense of community that we've been feeling over the last month or so. Remind ourselves of that, regardless of what happens over the next week. But how much sweeter and how much monumental this feeling will be if we make it all the way, which I'm hoping, and I've got faith that we will make it all the way. But time will tell, remains to be seen. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions or queries with regards to anything I've said, feel free to comment on my video on YouTube. If you'd like to have a more direct chat, feel free to message me on my Instagram page, stirringteainacrazyworld. I'm more than happy to have a chat there. With that being said, come on England, let's go.